La bonne réponse est Mumbai, pas Tanzania. Good evening and welcome. You're watching this quiz in English with me, Hayley Edmonds. Yes, tonight, as you can tell, it's a Bohemian Rhapsody special. Yes, to celebrate the biopic of Freddie Mercury, the lead singer of Queen. Well, I thought I'd do a Queen special, or rather a Freddie Mercury special. So there is €100 up for grabs tonight by just answering questions on the legendary group that was Queen with Freddie Mercury. So how does one go about winning €100? Well, there are 9 questions between you and winning your part of €100. Each question is allocated a certain number of points from question number 1, which is worth 10 points, right up to question number 9, which is worth 100 points. And to make it just that little bit easier, well, we give you 4 jokers, 2 50-50s that take away 2 wrong answers, and 2 multiple jokers. One that will multiply the point score by 3 and another by 5. And if you do extremely well, if you're playing strategically and you get 100% right, you play your jokers at the right point, right time, and you get 960 points, well, you'll be a super winner and you'll get your part in an extra €50 that we'll just throw in there. So the show must go on, as Freddie so famously said. Let's start with question number 1 of this quiz about Queen. Question numero 1. Freddie Mercury's real name was Faroukha Bulsara, Farah Bulgur, Fandango Bulchevich, or Freddie Balsamic. What was Freddie Mercury's real name? Yes, you may not believe it, but Freddie Mercury was in fact a stage name that he chose later on in his life. His real name was Faroukha Bulsara. Yes. Born in Zanzibar at the time, now Tanzania, he then moved on to India, and that's where he became a bit more inspired musically. We'll get onto that just a bit later. Number 2. In the biopic, I'm just going to wait for the statistics actually, excuse me, I'm too hasty here. Statistically, 50% of you got the right answer, 18% of you thought it was Freddie Balsamic, okay. You're not having any dinner at the time, at this right moment in time by any chance? 17% of you thought it was Fandango Bulchevich. Maybe you got a bit mixed up with the song Fandango, thunderbolts of lightning, very, very frightening, go Galileo. Nay, it was not. And 15% of you thought it was Farah Bulgur. Is a smiles? Well done. You got that one right. Let's move on to question number 2. In the biopic Bohemian Rhapsody, who was the first choice to play Freddie Mercury? Was it Ryan Reynolds? Was it Sacha Baron Cohen? Yes, Ali G himself. Was it him? Was it Chris Evans, the British journalist, radio animator? Or was it Jason Biggs, the American guy, famous for American Pie? In the biopic Bohemian Rhapsody, who was the first choice to play Freddie Mercury? And actually, he left. They actually went quite far in proceedings, if I'm led to believe, and he left because he kind of didn't really agree with the script. So, who was it? The right answer was Sacha Baron Cohen. Yes, would you believe it? Ali G was going to play Freddie Mercury. Statistically, 40% of you got that one correct. 22% of you thought it was Chris Evans. Why not? A ginger Freddie Mercury? Okay. 21% of you thought it was Ryan Reynolds, and 17% of you thought it was Jason Biggs. SK, you're on the ball, my friend. Let's move on to question number 3 of this quiz in English. Now, question number 3. Where did Mercury form his first band? Now, here's a little clue. I gave you a bit of a clue a bit earlier. Was it in London? Was it in Paris? Was it in Tanzania? Or was it Mumbai? Where did Freddie Mercury form his first band? Was it London, Paris, Tanzania, or Mumbai? Well, I'm just getting some statistics through right now. The right answer is, ladies and gentlemen, Mumbai. Yes, he was born in Tanzania or Zanzibar, but he created his first band because he moved to India with his family when he was 7 or 8 years old, where he first started playing the piano, and what a whiz he was. Even his fellow students said that he'd listen to a song on the radio and be able to replicate it directly. An outstanding musical talent that would become a legendary singer, musician that we know today. So that the right answer was in fact Mumbai, not Tanzania. 18% of you got it right, it was Mumbai. 34% of you thought it was Tanzania. 14% of you thought it was Paris. And 33% thought it was London. No, he went to London later on in his life, in his teenage life, around 17 years old, and lived in Feltham in Middlesex. Bushra Nabti, well done, you got that one right. Let's move on to question number 4. Queen dressed in drag for what 1984 music video? Was it Bohemian Rhapsody? Scaramouche, Scaramouche, can you do the fandango? Thunderbolts of lightning, very, very frightening. Hey, Galileo. Was it Don't Stop Me Now? Was it Hey Big Spender? Yes, they did a cover of Hey Big Spender. Or was it I Want to Break Free? For which video did they dress up in drag? I'm just getting this image of Freddie Mercury with his moustache and his wig, just vacuuming casually. I'm not going to sing it, I'm just going to enact. Did you get it right? And a lot of you did get it right. The song was, of course, I Want to Break Free, which is obviously a metaphor for Freddie Mercury, as he said later on in his life, because in relation to his sexuality. The right answer was I Want to Break Free. 51% of you got that one correct. 9% of you thought it was Hey Big Spender. The minute you walked in the joint. No, it wasn't that. 22% of you thought it was Don't Stop Me Now, and 18% of you thought it was Bohemian Rhapsody. Eric Barranco, you got that one right. Perfect. Move on to question number 6. Queen famously played which venue on Christmas Eve in 1975? Was it Alexandre Palace? Oh, sorry, I've got that. I forgot question number 5. Shame on me. I've just given question number 6 away. So a 3-meter statue of Freddie Mercury stands in which town? Is it Kensington, where he is buried? Montreux in Switzerland? Copenhagen in Denmark? Or Detroit? Detroit or Detroit if you're French. Detroit. A 3-meter statue of Freddie Mercury stands in which town in all its glory? The right answer is Montreux. There may not be a lot going on there. Obviously, there's the music, the jazz festival. But Montreux does have a 3-meter statue of Freddie Mercury himself. 35% of you got that one correct. 28% of you thought it was Kensington. Yeah, it's a valid suggestion. 20% of you thought it was Detroit. 19% of you got it mixed up with Little Mermaid. No. 19% of you thought it was Copenhagen. Sissy, you got that one correct, my friend. Let's move on to question number 6. Queen famously played which venue on Christmas Eve in 1975? Was it Alexandre Palace, which is Alexander Palace, of course, Brighton Music Hall? Was it Hammersmith Odeon? Or was it Wembley Arena? Now, Christmas Eve 1975, it was broadcast on BBC's Old Grey Whistle Test, which was an extremely popular television show in the 60s and 70s. The right answer was Hammersmith Odeon, and it was a huge concert. In fact, it was turned into a documentary in 2009. Hammersmith Odeon, an outstanding venue, and of course, an outstanding concert. Well, you couldn't expect anything else from Queen, really, could you? Statistically, 31% of you got that one correct. 28% of you thought it was Wembley Arena. That was later on. 23% of you thought it was Brighton Music Hall, and 18% of you thought it was Alexandra Palace. Shall I say that? Alexandra Palace. Calm, you got that one right, my friend. We're moving on to question number 7 now, which is worth 80 points. So hold tight. Don't stop me now, we're gonna have a good time. It's question 7, don't stop me now. Right. Which member of the group designed the Queen emblem? The Queen emblem, the crest that resembles the royal crest, the royal British crest. coat of arms? Was it Roger Meadows Taylor? Was it Brian May? Was it Freddie Mercury? Or was it John Deacon? Who? Huh? Who designed the logo for Queen? I'm just reading Brian May's name. I've got a little anecdote for you. I used to work in a Safeway when I was a student, and one night we're closing the shop, and my boss said to me, don't close the till, don't close the till. And I couldn't understand why we couldn't close the till until this big figure of a man came gently walking over with this big frizzy hair, wearing clogs, and he bought a birthday card. So there we go. That's my connection to Queen. I sold Brian May a birthday card. So he wasn't the right answer. I hope I didn't throw you there. Doesn't look like I did, because 57% of you knew the right answer. It's, of course, Freddie Mercury, who actually studied graphic design. Now, the idea behind the logo, if you have a look at it, is it's all 4 members of the rock group's astrology signs, birth signs. So all together, the lions, the Leos. And there are some fairies and angels, around it. Fairies, angels. Aymeric Charles, you got that one right, my friend. Well done. 57. Have I give statistics yet? Am I just talking and talking and talking? Freddie Mercury, 57% of you got it correct. 16% of you thought it was Brian May, 14% of you John Deacon, and 13% Roger Meadows Taylor. Let's move on to question number 8 of this quiz in English on Queen. What does Brian May use as a guitar pick? He's always used it. Is it an old 5-pence piece? Is it a 50-pence piece? Is it a 1-penny piece? Or is it a 6-pence feed the birds, 6-pence a bag? Or play guitar with a penny or a 6-pence? Well, guys, must admit, a lot of you have probably been using your 50-50s there, because it's quite a hard one. The right answer is a 6-pence. Yes, Brian May does use a 6-pence as a guitar pick. 53% of you got that one correct. Yes. 18% of you thought it was a 1-penny. 15% of you thought it was a 50-pence piece. And 14% of you thought it was an old 5-pence piece. Mohammed Atef, you got that one right, my friend. You've also got 400 points, so you will be getting your share of 100 euros. Now we're on to the final question of this quiz in English on Queen with me, Hayley Edmonds. Drum roll, please. Queen's original lead singer was who? I say Queen. There was a band before Queen that the majority of the group were in. What was the lead singer called? Was it Roger Daltrey? Was it Tim Staffel? Was it Michael Davis? Or was it Tony Adams? Now, before Queen, there was a group which Freddie Mercury joined, and he replaced someone who dropped out. Who was this person? Who is this man? Tell me, tell me, tell me. I would say it's not like, he regrets it now, because Freddie Mercury, no, I don't think anyone could match Freddie Mercury. So, Tim Staffel, if you're watching this, you didn't do a bad decision. You didn't make a bad decision. It's not like the other girl from the Spice Girls that was like literally just dropped out. She could have made it. No. But Tim Staffel was the right answer. 71% of you got that one correct. 8% of you thought it was Michael Davis. 12% of you thought it was the footballer Tony Adams. And 9% of you thought it was Roger Daltrey. But nay, let's get the statistics in. Vital statistics. Who won money? Vital statistics on B, the one. 475 of you will be taking home your part of 100 euros. And how many super winners do we have tonight? 62 super winners. So guys, well done. Let's see how much money you'll be getting. €1.03 for the super winners, and for the others, 22 cents. So just put that in your Be the One bank. Keep on playing, and keep on, increasing your scores, increasing your bank accounts. Friends, family, guests, spectators, thank you so much for watching me on Be the One tonight for this quiz in English for a Bohemian Rhapsody special. My name's Hayley Edmonds. I will be here at the same time, same place tomorrow at 8 o'clock French time, that's 7 o'clock UK time, for another quiz in English where our €100 will be up for grabs once again. Thank you very much. Have a fantastic evening. Goodbye.